live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of Venture Maidens. Oh my gosh. We are 22 today. 22 episodes of the Favor campaign. I'm so stoked to be here. But boy, is it hot though. I'm gonna say it's like 90 degrees in my apartment, and oh boy, I'm ready to play some D&D. But I might get loopy.
We moist out here.
Yeah, we moist. Yes, it is also ungodly humidity. So, how we all doing? We ready for 22?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling 22.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice.
Anyone?
Hot in 22. Oh, yes, let's go.
I like that energy. Amazing. Yes. Okay. Well, hey, yeah. In case you don't know who we are, hey everybody, we're the Venture Maidens. We're a D&D actual play 5th edition stream that uses the Venture Maidens campaign guide as our base homebrew world. The Venture Maidens campaign guide is, oh my gosh, going to be available for general sale like so soon in PDF form, which is very, very exciting. So if you want to hear more about that, you should definitely go head over to the Venture Maidens website, the 2C Gaming website, and find out more. But yeah, I should also mention this is a very adult-themed stream, so you can expect, of course, just like swearing and general content warning of graphic fantasy violence. We keep a body horror up there as well, and some of the same content warnings from last week since we're dealing with changelings. So themes like abduction, xenophobia, forced transformation are all going to be listed. So if those are things you're not up for watching or listening to tonight, this may not be the episode for you. But with that, let's go ahead. Let's dive in. I'm very excited. So hey, everybody. My name is Celeste Konowich, and tonight I will be your Dungeon Master.
Hello, I'm Katie, and I'm going to be playing Luviri Sath, your Drow Rogue.
Hello, I'm Nassim, and I'm playing your half-orc fighter, Tony Silvertail.
And I'm Sage, and tonight I will be playing Aoife Flannery, your bombastic bard.
Ooh, gosh. Wow, you've really gotten good at coming up with B words. I'm very impressed.
I'm waiting for bitchin'.
Yeah, well, because you had to do it for Kara,
sure
too.
you said that.
With Barbarian. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Sage just has their dictionary out before
Just out.
the stream.
Whip every episode. Amazing.
Don't dox me.
Wow, you guys. What? Yes, but this episode is going to be fun because I feel like we haven't really gotten to fight yet with our new shiny 4th level. And boy, spoiler alert, we're definitely going to be fighting this episode. But before we go and dive into that, get into that hot, fresh action, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time on Venture Maidens. Give me that sweet recap, gang.
Well, we took our little chicken huddy baby and we decided that we were going to go to Storybrooke because that's where we had heard that Penny used to hang out. Storybrooke.
I intentionally didn't name it Storybrooke because once Artie used it. Which
yeah,
is a
that's
TV
it.
show. Yeah.
Storyville.
Yep.
We went to Storyville because that's where Penny is, the archfey that has the book we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to get there, but when we did, it was just pouring rain, and we can see off into the distance like these high walls that encompass this entire little town here. So we made our way through, and everything was just very eerie and terrible, but eventually we got to an opening and asked for passage, and this changeling from inside who had these orange and green eyes asked us to do a test to prove that we were mortals, which involved touching a piece of cold iron, which led to Tony's flashback, ma'am, if you want to take it.
Talk about your flashback.
We turned back the time, and Tony was remembering a time from her training days in the military academy or whatever you want to call it, and the academic side in the classroom with the teacher asking us about telling us about how we can determine if something is fey or not with cold iron. Tony did not know the answer, but we remembered this moment and we were like, yeah, give it to us. Give us the test. Passed, of course. Well, Aoife and Rook had a little bit of a They felt a little something, a little
Yeah, a
steam.
little warm,
Little
feeling.
trepidatious.
Yeah, a little scared. 'cause,
Yes, yeah, considering that. Yeah, considering Rook was a Fae, and Aoife technically is one, though far removed from that sort of lineage. Still that unease and that that trepidatious feeling of like, oh God, please let this not be the time.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be okay. So
Yeah.
That changeling also informed us that there was a monster out and about, which we didn't know of, and we hadn't seen on our way to this town.
Mhm.
But then let us in, and we made our way over to the
Pendragon Inn.
Yeah.
yes, that. And that's where we met the Dragonborn,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right?
Oslo. Mm-hmm.
Oslo.
Yeah, the innkeeper.
Yeah, they told us more about like the monster events and sightings that have been happening. People disappearing, I think, and also, or at least the one victim we know of that returned was
Mhm.
Hayden. He.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So 2 days ago he said that this kid Hayden had been carried back by his friend Dimitri because they're loggers, and they had encountered this thing, and he's been asleep ever since. So we kind of hung around for a little bit, and we talked to a changeling named Dot to see if we could find out any more information. And Rook had specifically said, don't talk to the changelings about the mortal realm.
Yep.
Just don't do it. And so, of course, Dot's like, do you guys know about Chasiana? And Lou's like biting her lip, and she's like, I gotta go. But Aoife, being the absolute little cupcake that she is, saw that and indulged this woman talking about all of her experiences there, and offered to take letters back to her family. And after that, we decided to head out and go to find Hayden, and we talked to his adopted father, Barry, about what had happened. We weren't really able to find much from the body other than Aoife tried to reach out with her like healing magic and found that inside of like Hayden, where normally her magic connects with like something like a life there, it's just like a void basically.
Mhm.
Even though he's there, he's breathing, he seems to be okay other than that. So then we went and we looked for Dimitri because Lou really wanted to make sure that we had all of our bases covered, and he had nothing extra to tell us, and Lou was horrified that she wasted time.
Especially because
But
Rook and Tony were
and
being
Rook were thrilled.
shitheads about it. Yeah, for sure.
So we finally decided we were going to go out to this space that they'd been logging and see what we could find out. Weather was still terrible, so we weren't really able to find much on the site there. But we sensed that something was coming after
It's Tony.
Tony spoke to the trees.
Yes, the trees and their wisdom have let me know that something is after us, and it wants eyes, probably our eyes.
Oh no!
Did we
not
even look
mine.
at? We didn't look at Hayden's eyes at all, did we?
Nope.
No.
It's
Mm-mm.
creepy. Mhm.
Can you tell us now what we would have found?
No. Absolutely not. You have to deal with it. You have to deal with this problem first.
It was worth a try. I had to ask.
You made
Nobody
your
made a
bed,
medicine
now
check.
sleep in it, bitches.
Nobody made a medicine
I did.
check. You made an investigation check. I clocked that.
Fuck.
Yep, sure did.
Damn it.
Cool.
Well,
Damn.
Great. Yeah. Great.
Um,
Great recap. So yeah, that is where we are picking up at the very end of last episode. After you had heard some stories about this beast, you had gone examined Hayden, the victim of this thing. So far the only one, and nobody seems to know what is wrong with this kid. But clearly this beast or reportedly, it has been stalking anyone who tries to exit the town. So here you are, against all wisdom, outside of the town, investigating this scene where Hayden was found. And you had just talked to the trees, and they had warned you something was coming. So you had all clustered together in the center of this clearing, facing outwards, assuming battle poses as this thing lumbered out of the surrounding forest towards you. So in those final moments, you had seen this thing as thunder now is hailing from above, and the rain that has been pelting down on you for hours now has not let up at all. So totally dark, miserable conditions, and out of the forest comes this large thing that was running towards you on these two legs. And as a reminder, its body seems to be made of like woven branches. Almost imagine like wicker, kind of. That's creating this roughly humanoid shape. And where the head is, you can see that there were these two large antlers that were sprouted out from it. And suspended between the horns of these antlers is a mirror of some kind, like grown into the strange branches. And where eyes would be on this thing, you can see one glowing silver light. And where this other eye socket would be, it is empty. And this thing had basically surged forward, running at an alarming speed, and is now up in front of you, clearly looking for a fight. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative. Yay! Fight, 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 fight. Okay. And we do have Rook in this fight, so Sage has graciously agreed to roll Rook's stuff for me, because honestly, Sage rolls better than I do, so it's just...
Not today, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Okay, so Tony, what did you get?
5.
Oh God. Okay. All right, Lou.
15.
Okay. All right, and then I get. Okay. And what did Rook get?
Rook got a 9 and Aoife got a 7.
Okay.
Wow.
Hot.
Oh boy.
Rolling hot tonight.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Lou 15, Rook 9, Aoife 7, and Tony 5. Is that?
Yep, that is a
That unfortunately
encapsulation.
sounds right.
Neat. All right. So, Lou, you are luckily going to be going first. But as you do, and you're the only one who can really see this thing very well. So the only source of light, again, as a reminder, was Aoife last time had cast light on her rapier. So there is like dim light going out to like, it's like a 20-foot radius, I think, with the spell, something like that.
It's bright light for 20 feet and then dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, yeah, so you have just this very tight circle, I'll say, and because of the weather and everything, basically anything outside of that 20-foot range is going to impose disadvantage on your attack. So you want to stay close to Aoife for sure. And the creature right now is like 20 feet away. It stomped right into the clearing, so it is currently in that range, giving you that full awesome view of this horrifying thing. And you see as it looms over you, it doesn't make any noise other than like its body, you know, the weight of it crunching through the leaves. But you see it rears up its head and looks down at you with this one silver eye, and it doesn't appear to have any kind of mouth or anything, so it's silent as this is happening, which is almost worse. And you see that on the ground, these little crystals of ice start to form at its feet. And you hear it, I think, probably before you see it, like that snapping and crackling that ice makes as the rain hits it on the ground. But you all very tangibly feel the temperature drops by a significant number of degrees as you're standing close to this thing. So, the area on the ground within 30 feet of this thing is difficult terrain as the ice continues to crackle and creep along this area here. So that means difficult terrain unless you have some kind of way to overcome that. You're going to be moving at half speed. But As that ice crackles up and starts, clicking on your boots and making everything horrendously hard, Lou, we come to you. What the heck you doing?
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to get to it because that'll be 40 feet and I'm only got 30 feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and run as far as I can to it.
It's only 20
I
feet
will
away
go
from
ahead.
you at this point.
Wait, 20 feet. So then it would be,
Oh, yeah. I
'Cause
guess it
it's
would be
difficult
40
terrain.
to get.
yeah. So I'm not gonna be able to get all the way there. So I will go ahead and throw one of my knives at it
Okay.
and try to go right for the center of its head.
Cool. You can try.
I sure will. Okay, so that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Okay. An 18 is exactly what you needed. So you sink into it, and as you do, you hear a cracking sound, and you think, based on what you're hearing, it's hard to tell, but this thing is hollow. You think, as you hit it, and it really does sound like if you were to throw a butcher's knife at like a wicker chair, like that is what the sound that this thing makes.
Ooh, okay. So that's gonna be 7 points of piercing damage.
Non-magical, right?
Non-magical.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yep. And as a bonus action, I'm going to use object, and I'm gonna pull out my tub of slime that I have, and I'm
Amazing.
just going to chuck it out straight into its face.
Great. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. So remind me once again. So the slime pot magic item that you got from the Duke of Pudding. So tell me again what that makes a brown. Wait, tell me more. I know I wrote it. I can't remember though.
It was a green slime.
A green slime. Okay. And what is the effect of that green slime, Lou? You know it so well.
Yeah, it just starts to burn away at whatever it lands on. Let's see here. Green
I get a
slime
save, yeah.
damage. So it's gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Or wait. DC 10.
Okay. I'm gonna say if you're throwing the slime on it, go ahead and make me an attack roll just to see if you can like
Sure.
splash it on, because it is a little unwieldy and gelatinous.
Yeah, that's a 17 on a die, so
Oh.
23.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. All right. So I did unfortunately make the save, but I think I'd still take half damage.
Yeah, so I mean that's the save to avoid it is what the green slime
Oh, okay.
stat block
I
has.
see.
So a creature that comes into contact with the green slime takes 1d10 acid damage. Takes
Oh,
it again at the start of its turn.
okay. Then I'll say because you made the attack roll, it wouldn't have to make the DC. Let's do it the same way as like splashing
Okay.
acid on someone, right? So go ahead and roll the D10.
Okay. And it says against wood or metal, the green slime deals 2d10 damage.
Then it will
so-
deal 2d10 because this thing is
Holy shit.
clearly made of like woven branches, like one of those creepy like dolls. In the Blair Witch Project, that's what this thing looks like in mess. So, Yep.
So 10 acid damage.
ow.
And then it will have to take more damage at the start of its turn unless it's scraped off or destroyed.
Okay. The rain will do that. I think it's like the rain is pelting down so hard that I think it's gonna wash off this turn. But that was good. Like as you splash it, you see this green, nasty smelling stuff like launches onto this creature, and just the little curls of smoke and the smell of like burning wood see as like this hole appears in this thing's skin, and it looks down with the one eye and then looks back up at you, and it doesn't have a face or mouth, so there's no real expression, but that seemed to have hurt it. More than your knife
Yay!
did, certainly.
Yeah, she just like now that she has just her empty pot, she's just standing there with it and like sees just the size of this thing. She's like, oh fuck, okay.
Oh boy. Yep. And you're like, ha ha ha, great. And you're only 5 feet away from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
For who?
Me, because it's my turn. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay. Yeah, okay. So as you throw this green on it, and it looks down, and then it looks back up, and as it does so, you see the silver eye travel towards you. But the next thing you see is that flash of light, and it's hard to tell if it's the eye or what, as you find yourself getting kind of drawn into it, and you see that you're face to face with yourself as you're looking at the mirror that has been bent down from this thing's head, and has now kind of captured you in its gaze. And as this happens, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
As an elf, you have you have advantage against charm effects? Enchantments? Charms? Do you as a drow? I can't remember if drow get it.
Advantage on saves against being charmed and magic can't put you to sleep. Is this a charm?
Actually, it is not. Sorry. I thought it was. It was
No.
not. I was mean when I wrote this.
Give me hope, take it away. That's fine. No.
This is, spoiler alert,
that's gonna
a
be
creature from the Venture Maidens campaign guide. So what was that? Sorry, DC?
That's a strong 2.
Great. All right. So as you see yourself reflected in the mirror, something very strange happens to you as you can't look away from yourself. Even if you turn or shift, it's like the mirror is following you and you're face to face with yourself, and yourself in this strange, tortured place. And it's just, it's all consuming as you are paralyzed by this effect. You cannot move as you are trapped in this thing's mirror. So you're paralyzed for 1 minute. At the end of each of your turns, an affected creature can attempt another charisma saving throw to end the paralyzed condition on a success. So that is rough. That is rough, kid. But luckily, okay, it can't do that right now. So, and as you are sitting there paralyzed, this thing brings down one of its like tree trunk hands, and you all can see it. Not Lou, because she's paralyzed, but it twists like the branches that compose its skin. It forms into like a hammer shaped fist. So you watch the vines writhe and grow to change shape as it brings them down on Lou. And that is going to be a auto crit, I believe, since you're paralyzed. Let me just double check. Let me just check that real quick. Yeah, you are
okay. I'll just stay here, frozen.
Yeah, I'm good. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Okay, just advantage.
Okay, I'll take it.
Not for long, bitch.
Oh no, sorry. I was looking at petrified. Nope. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit.
Stop doing this to me today. So
I'm sorry. I'm like, wait, no. It's because it's
I'm coming, darling.
Yeah,
come for me.
It's so hot. I can't remember the rules of D&D. Okay.
Don't blame it on the heat.
Don't blame. Wow. So that's gonna be 4d6.
Oh. Ow.
Let's go. All right. Okay. So that's 7 plus 6. It's 13 plus 4. 17 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Plus 5 frost damage. As this thing, you get punched and like knocked down, yet you can still somehow see yourself like reflected in the mirror, right? As you fall to your side and this thing is up above you and you're just trapped on the ground looking into this mirror, and you feel the ice crawling across the ground creep onto your skin and start to bury you. and you have a sudden flash of thought that maybe you will die here. Yeah. Okay. But that's its turn. So then we go ahead and we go to Rook. So Rook has her crossbow out. And she is going to fire at this thing from where she is, 20 feet away. She's not going to get any closer, but she is, before she fires, she's going to use her hunter's sense. So she's going to, oh wait, oh no. No, she's not going to use that one. That's the action. She's going to use her Slayer's Prey feature. So as a bonus action, she designates one creature she can see within 60 feet. So that is her prey. She is designating this thing. Cool. Sage is going to be rolling. I'm going to just be choosing the actions to make life easier.
Nice.
Okay, so Slayer's Prey is now up, and that will last until a short rest or long rest. So it's on this thing. So yeah, Sage, if you want to go ahead and roll to see if she hits with a crossbow.
17 to hit.
Whoo, that will not do.
Oh, dang!
That will not do. So 17, it like thunks into the peripheral edge of this thing. So it gets in there, but it doesn't seem to be impeded or do anything to this creature. So, and Rook's like, fuck, as that happens. Yep. So that's rough. That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're going to go ahead and go down to Aoife. It's now up to you.
Alrighty. So I think we are going to first start off with throwing a fairy fire at this wicker creature. So I need to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 14.
Okay. Let's see. And let me see. I do have magic resistance, so I'm going to be rolling with advantage. Faye! And also, I would like to point out that actually Sage created this monster conceptually, and now I'm using it to kill them. So that's hilarious. Okay, so
You're welcome.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Katie.
So that's okay. I might fail this. So I got a 10 on the die, and it was dexterity, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so 11. So I
Get wrecked. All right. So the light from her rapier drops and it seeps into these like floating mystic bobs of light that just shoot out towards this creature, and they start bobbing around her. So now she is illuminated, can't become invisible, and attack rolls have advantage.
fine. Fine.
Okay. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and give our dear Tony here a bardic inspiration.
Yay.
And that's my turn.
Thank you.
Which one do you have, Tony? Is it
Yes.
which one? The heart? The star? I can't keep track.
Stars.
Stars. I know it's on the wiki, so so your star in your pocket glows with love.
Oh, yeah.
Your little felt star.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. All right. Then we are going to go ahead and roll on down, Tony, bringing up the rear.
Well, how far am I from Lou right now?
From Lou,
Did Lou
so
move
like
forward?
15 feet. Yeah. So you could,
Okay,
if
well,
you
I'll
used
go
all
up
of
to
your
Lou and
movement, you could get to Lou. Oop.
Oh, right. It's difficult terrain.
Yep.
Yes. I will do that then.
Okay. Yeah, so you can go ahead and you can stand over her body, and as you do, it's so weird. You don't know what's wrong with her because her eyes are open and she seems to be breathing totally fine, but her gaze is stuck staring, like tracking that mirror. And the way she's so still but like present kind of reminds you so much of Hayden.
And like being in between her gaze and that creature, it's not
It
breaking
doesn't seem
the
to
eye
make a
contact,
difference.
but she's
It's
still
like
tracking
she
it.
can see the mirror even if you weren't there. She's looking through you to where the mirror is. There's clearly
Okay.
some magic
Well,
shit going
I
on.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to matter in this scenario, but just keep in mind that you have a +2 to your armor class right now, tier AC,
Yeah.
while we are side by side.
Yeah.
And I will try to swing at this thing
All right.
with my greatsword.
Bring it on.
13. That
13.
doesn't
But
happen.
roll with advantage because of the fairy
Yeah.
fire. Oh, that was with advantage? Aye.
Oh shit. No, I didn't. I
Oh.
didn't do it yet.
Roll with advantage. Because it's illuminated in Aoife's. What color light for your fairy fire?
Violet.
Violet light.
Ooh, love that. Love purple.
Love
light.
that look.
That was 17, which, as I recall,
Oh,
didn't
so
work last time.
close, But no.
Use your bardic inspiration. I
about-
just gave
yes.
it to you.
Yes, I would like to just cash that in right away.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, roll that D8.
Once
Add it.
Oh my god, 15.
No, so you
This
don't.
is like
so
I said, it's a hot night.
With the bardic inspiration, you just roll that and add
Oh,
that
wait.
to your total.
Oops.
So you'll hit basically. So just roll the D8, right?
You'll roll a d6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, D6.
Yeah, roll a
I
d6
see.
and add it to your attack roll.
Yeah, so that previous one was what,
A
17?
17, yeah.
So 21
Mhm.
now.
So yes. So
All right,
absolutely.
and then
Oh, you get added Benny.
because of yes, exactly, because of my College of Creation, when you spend my bardic inspiration for whatever it is, you get an extra cool benefit. And for an attack roll, the target of the attack must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take thunder damage equal to the result rolled on the bardic inspiration die.
Which was a 4.
Okay. Okay.
I don't need to do damage if my friends do.
Hell
Fine.
yeah, Aoife.
Okay,
Baby Aoife.
I probably succeed on that. I got a 21 on my con. This thing,
Oh,
this thing
Oof.
strong. It begins strong.
Okay. So just our regular damage then.
Yeah.
That's 6 slashing
Okay.
damage.
All right, and as you cut into it, because your sword is not magical, it seems to not do as much as you would like. As you cut through some of the wicker tangles, but it only seems to be about half as effective as it should be. So this thing has resistance to
All right.
non-magical shit. Oh Lord! But you're up there, and you are shielding Lou, which is good. Because Lou is so paralyzed on the ground. So with that, Lou, we come to you now. So you can't take actions, reactions, so it takes us to the end of your turn here. So you get to go ahead and make that charisma score and or that charisma save. And what's interesting about this creature is that the DC of that charisma is equal to your total DC score, your charisma score. So it's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That works in your favor.
That's great because I got a 9 and my charisma score is 8. So
Wonderful. So as you are looking up to the mirror and looking into it, something comes over you all of a sudden. A thought occurs to you, and you're not entirely sure the thought is yours. But you just get the feeling that you're not good enough. And you come back to yourself. And you're lying on the ground with Tony standing over you, and you're lying in the mud and covered in frost. But you return to yourself. You're no longer paralyzed. Wee wee.
man, fuck this thing. Monstrous and rude.
Yeah, the monster rejected you.
God damn. Okay. Well, at least I'm not paralyzed. Now I can stab
seemed-
it. 'cause I'm
It
mad.
seemed to want a victim with a little bit more charisma than what you had to offer.
Oh no, Aoife, run away.
Eva, run! Oh shit! Oh boy. Okay, so you are back to yourself. You are still unfortunately prone, but now, as this thing is looming up ahead, it has a new target, just standing right there, Tony. So fresh and so clean. So let's see. Am I just gonna hit ya? Or am I going to do something nasty? Yeah. Okay, I'll just try and hit you
Body
for
is a
now.
wall.
You SOB as you're looking up. So this thing is going to, yeah, it's gonna go ahead and do a little hit. It's gonna, you know, no, it's gonna try and trap you in the mirror now. It's curious. Now you're looking at it. So you're up. Your sword is raised. You're standing over Lou, and the flash of the mirror moves towards you, and you see yourself reflected in it, and you're like, oh god. So go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh. Thank God. I rolled an 18 and I have +0.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. So your charisma score is 10. Your total score is 10 because you're
It's 11,
0.
but
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 11 would be the
Yeah.
DC. So yeah, so you roll over it, and this thing, as you catch yourself and you're like, whoa, and about to, you feel yourself being drawn into the mirror. Again, a thought occurs to you, and it's weird. You don't think it's yours again, but there's a sense of, nope, not the one I'm looking for, as the mirror dulls. And you no longer see yourself trapped in it as this thing punches through you with its arm. So it's just making a normal attack. 20, dirty 20 to hit though. So here we go. All right. So 13 bludgeoning damage plus 6 frost damage as this thing like straight up punches you with the force of a truck. Just right in the chest, and you struggle to maintain your ground, I think, standing over Lou with such a massive blow. This thing is strong as hell, Tony. Way stronger than you. But you take the blow, and you remain standing. So that's its turn. So we go now to Rook.
Oh, yeah. Loading another
Yeah.
arrow and shooting.
Hell yeah.
We're not going to use that die.
Yeah, that's the bad die. It's going
Ugh.
away. Oh, she's rolling with advantage.
Oh, this one's going away too. Oh, gosh. No, she didn't. All right.
Advantage.
All right. Well, we can do better than a 2. Hey, that's a natural 20.
There you go. Okay, so, and I will...
There they are.
There she is. There she is. All right, so I'm also going to say, since she now hits it, when you hit a creature with an attack roll, she is going to activate her favored foe ranger feat. So for the next minute, or until she loses concentration, the first time on each of her turns that she hits the favored enemy and deals damage to it, including when you mark it, you can increase the damage by d4. So whenever she hits, she gets the d4 from favored foe, and she's going to get the d6 from her Slayer's Prey. And because her crossbow bolts are tipped with cold iron, they are going to overcome the magical. Even though they're not magical, they will deal more full damage.
That is going to be a total of 28 damage that she does with this shot.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. So she levels an awesome hit through this thing, and Tony, there's like a flash of light and just a bunch of sticks like blow in your face, like as if a piece of furniture was exploded, and you have to like kind of shield your eyes as splinters go flying. And she has bored a huge hole in this thing's chest, so now you can clear see through this thing. You can see the woods and forest behind it, and you confirm Lou's suspicion that this thing on the inside is completely hollow. But yeah, that's a lot of fucking damage. Her whole life is a Fey hunter, so that makes sense. She'd be good at it. All right. Cool. She better be
Indeed.
fucking good at it. It's her entire build. All right. Okay, and that is going to be Rook's turn. So we are going down to Aoife. It is now up to you.
So she is going to run up to Lou and offer a hand and lay on a cure wounds onto her. We'll do it at a level 2 because you took a big heckin' hit.
Heckin'.
Big heckin' hit for a total of 15 as your wounds are magically stitched together with a silvery thread and needle that sort of just...
I love you.
And then she'll go ahead and give Tony another bardic inspiration.
Love you. Love you, boo.
Girl. Love it, girl.
Yes.
Honey. Wonderful. All right, Aoife, is that it for you?
Yes.
Okay, then Tony, we go to you.
Well, I don't have no cold steel, which I'm now realizing. What the fuck, Army? Why didn't you equip me with some goddamn cold steel?
If you had listened to
Cold
the
iron,
rest
yeah.
of the lecture, you would have known. Basically, and
They're
this
like,
is...
yeah,
This is something that Rook has kind of told you, so I feel comfortable telling you. But she said last time you asked for cold iron, I think it was Lou specifically, is like, hey, you want to gear us up with some of that? And Rook was like, actually, I better not, because Faye becomes so enraged by the presence of it. It's actually really dangerous. It will endanger your life to have it on you, because Faye that normally might not attack you, if you have cold iron, will become hostile. So you really have to like
oh,
know how to hide it, know your shit, and like have special protective measures. So like if you're just walking around with like a sword fucking coated in cold iron, like people in Coven like would probably put you in jail. Like that's the level of, it's like walking around with like a bomb in real life, right? Or a gun that doesn't have like a registered. It's bad. It's bad news bears.
okay. Well, we're all learning.
We're learning. But boy, would it be nice to fucking have
Would have
that.
been nice to paid attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then let's take another swing at it this time, shall we? And let's go with our sword again. That, oh my god. 5. Nothing. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my bardic
With-
inspiration.
Are you rolling advantage?
With the advantage? Because it's still illuminated. So you get regular advantage, so roll your 2d20s, and then
And then
You
add
can-
6?
you can roll your d6 and add that if you want.
I literally keep forgetting.
Yeah, but
So
well,
that
it's because Aoife's spell, Fairy Fire, that's what it does. It encases the thing in the purple, like, ooh, 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 like light that's like pulsing. So it's really easy to see
Mhm.
and hit. So you always get advantage against it.
Right. Okay. So that second one was 12 plus 2. So 14 plus 3 is 16.
Ugh, that is still not going to hit. So you, with everything you have, you move towards this thing, and it seems to be adapting now that it's getting like the measure of you all. Because remember, the first thing this creature attacked was just a kid in the woods who probably didn't have anywhere near the capability of you all. So it seems to now be adapting to the fact that, these are serious fighters.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I want to action surge and
Yeah.
let's try this one more time
Yeah.
with our advantage. Let's not forget this time. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have the bardic inspiration, but you do have the advantage.
Nope, didn't do it.
Oh.
I rolled an 11 and then a 12.
Oh, so close. Yeah, this thing is
We're changing our dice now.
this thing is fast, which is scary because its body doesn't seem to be very stable since you just keep punching through it, and it is just made of wicker. But it's wicked fast. Whew. All right. So that's going to bring us back up to the top. So Lou, we come to you. You are conscious and feeling better, but still on the ground.
Okay. So Lou's gonna stand up and kind of put a quick hand on Aoife in thanks and be like, you need to back the fuck up and get away from
Evil
this
right
thing.
there. Oh, she right
No,
there.
no,
I know it.
And she's going to launch herself towards this thing and try to grab onto the mirror. And she's going to launch off her sonic blade
Ooh.
from her sleeve and try to punch it right in the mirror that had captivated her with this blade.
Rad. All right. So are you actually like launching onto it? You want to do a grapple?
I mean, I don't need to hold on to
Okay.
it. She just wants to like
Get to the
jump up to it
Yeah.
so that she can hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this thing, I'm describing it as very large, but it is actually, you can reach up to it. It's technically only a
Oh, sick.
medium-sized
Okay.
creature, so it's just stands like very tall, like 7-8 feet.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so that is going to be a 22 with advantage.
Ooh,
Heck
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. So you drive home the blade, and as you punch through this mirror, it's very, very weird. As you do so, your knife hits and lands, but it phases through it, almost like it's like gelatinous as you go through, and you realize that this, whatever this mirror is, it's not a separate thing. It seems to be like weirdly part of the creature. It's like a flesh thing. It's not a true mirror.
Oh,
So you're dealing damage to it, but it becomes clear to you that this mirror is not like a separate object, and it can't be. It's part of the creature's body, which is very disturbing.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I hate that.
You're welcome.
That's gonna be.
I mean, Sage, thank
12.
you.
That'll be
the thing-
12 thunder
yeah.
damage.
Ooh, that's nasty. Oh yeah, your sonic blade. Have we seen that before?
hmm
Oh, cool.
Yep, I used it once with the slimes.
Cool. Cool. So happy I made that thread. Kill me with
I'm
it.
excited.
Kill me with my darlings. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so she goes ahead and activates that thing, and there's just like only the young people can hear like this slight trill in the air of the noise of this thing as it just goes through with this thunderous force. And then she's going to go ahead and with her offhand try to make another slice at it with her long fish cutting knife. That's like,
Ooh, the boning knife.
oh, it's even longer. I think it's called like a Margaro Bocho or something like that. It's like
Whoa.
long.
Whoa.
Okay. Let's see. So that's a 17 plus 6, 23
Oh hell yeah.
advantage.
That'll do.
And then that's just a straight D6, so 2 more points.
Okay. Is that halved already?
But that's plain, so reduced to
Okay,
1.
reduced to 1. Okay, so you
Reduce
get
it
a
to
little,
1, yeah.
you like chip at some of the, the wicker like flies off, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's just a little, but it
Yeah.
feels, every bit counts. Every bit counts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I wanted to check, Aoife, did I give you inspiration last time when you were talking to Dot and being very sweet? I meant to. Like, I was thinking back, and I was like, that was really
believe-
cool. Okay. You should have a point of advantage.
you
for
I
that.
do already have inspiration.
Okay.
So I think
Maybe it was fun. Okay, then following Lou, I'm going to go ahead and give you a point of inspiration for learning the names of your knives and saying them and thinking about the different types of knives you always pull out, because that's always very impressive. And I appreciate that. So take a point
Thank
of
you.
inspiration. Yeah. I get to learn. I love when I get to learn when I play D&D. So now I'm learning about knives. Teach me more, and maybe there will be more inspiration. Amazing. Anything else for you, Lou?
Nope.
Okay.
She's just gonna stand there ready to defend her babies.
All right. I think it's probably time I do something really mean.
Oh. Never mind, I retreat back. No, I'm kidding.
and then I ran away.
and then, yeah. Okay, I like this. Yeah, let's do this. Lou, so it's like Tony and Lou have just been like fighting in front of each other, like taking swings at this thing, as it's happening, and then Aoife's, behind, like healing, and Rook's way the fuck in the back, like, what are you all doing up there? And so this thing looks between the three of you, and seems to consider for a moment. And then, Lou, you feel like something is just tearing like from the inside of you. It's so hard to describe. It's just a sudden like pain that wrecks your body, and it's it's hard to imagine in the moment, but it's like if somebody could reach through your chest and like start tearing out your heart, right? Like a Kalima sort of like that's the feeling that overcomes you. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately use that inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Probably a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, great. That's gonna be a 21.
Oh, good for you. Yes. So as that pain moves through you, you're like, like, what do you use to fight through that? To like stay in yourself, because you know that if you had failed, something fundamental about who you are would have been taken by this thing. You know that.
Yeah, I think that it's just the fortitude that comes with the maternal instincts that she has, because even in her first life, so to speak, in the Underdark and her new one on the surface, the mothers that she known have one thing in common, and that's that they're fierce as fuck when they're protecting their babies. And she sees all of these people here as her babies, and she just grits through it.
Yeah. So it's that love, that maternal love for your companions that allows you to keep your soul as this thing is trying to pull it out of you towards itself.
Are any of these things considered attacks? God damn it.
The slam thing it's been doing, so whenever it punches, that is an attack.
Yeah, but it hasn't done that to anyone else but me.
It did it to Lou a couple times.
Yeah,
I think before you got there.
That was before
Yeah.
Tony got there,
Yeah.
Very. Luckily, that is a recharge, so we'll see if it can do that again. But
I hope not.
yes, so it does spend its turn trying to rip Lou's soul out of her body. But Lou, you fight it off. And stay grounded here. So Rook.
My eyes weren't good enough, but my soul's a goddamn snack. I see, okay.
Heart wants what it wants. The empty, withered wicker heart. All right, so hell yeah. So Rook, go ahead and probably just making another. She good back there. I don't know why she.
Oh yeah,
she's probably like,
she's
move
chilling.
away from it, get out of its face, and she's just yelling over the sound of thunder and rain. You can barely hear her from 20 feet back because she has not moved.
Oh yeah, for sure. And she rolls an 18 plus 9, so a total of 27. And
Holy
she
shit.
levels another shot against this critter for 13 damage.
Nice. All right, yeah. So she fires off another great bolt, and there's more of that shattering of wicker. And this thing is starting to look now, I mean, kind of spindly, because you've been blowing away between your hits. Just pieces of it go flying and scattering across the ground. And you do notice that where the pieces fall, they disappear, like into smoke. Like this thing is not made of like just normal parts or wood. It's odd. Okay. Wow. What a round. All right, Aoife, we come now to you.
And with her rapier in hand, she is going to go ahead and try and just dive in at it. Because, I mean, we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying.
We try so hard. Yep.
Hey, but that's not bad. That is a 21 to hit.
Okay. Hell yeah. Little Aoife. Let's go.
Nice. She's doing it. And that is...
Little Aoife.
Little Aoife.
That's
little
9
baby.
damage halved to 4 for you.
Okay, yeah. So you pierce this thing. You're like, oh my god! Is that the first time you've ever hit anything with your rapier? I think so. I think that
It's
is.
not the first time.
Okay.
But it's only like this. It's
Yeah.
only
Every
within
time
top
is
5.
exciting though. When I see Aoife
Like-
hit anything with an actual
Like-
weapon, I'm like,
oh,
You go on, Coco.
hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! You get it. Incredible. Yes. So you You pierce it, and some of the wood flies off, and you're like, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, you did
And
it.
she skewers right through a couple of the branches and
Yeah.
pulls it out. And you see, the gap just widens, and she's like, "You can do it, Tony!" She points to her to give her another bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah. Look at this team. I love
You're
this.
the greatest, Aoife.
And Tony would
You're
come to
kicking ass.
you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, here we go. Let's take another swing with a new dice
Here we go
With
again.
advantage.
with advantage.
Give it that big sword energy. You got this.
Yes. Yes.
God!
With advantage?
Oh my god. Yes.
No.
And then you die. I rolled a 7 and then an 8.
Oh, God. So
Oh,
not even the bardic
wait.
inspiration would help you.
No.
No. And I rolled a 1 on the bardic inspiration, so
Oh, so you did spend it? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh well, I
Well-
guess I shouldn't have because I rolled 7 and 8.
Yeah, well, so with your bonuses, what was that? What's your proficiency plus your strength? So it's going to be 2 plus. What's your strength modifier?
Where the fuck is it? 3.
Okay, so I mean,
So 8 plus 5 is 13.
13.
If 17 doesn't hit, yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
18's the AC.
And I only rolled a yeah.
Yeah. So you could have done it.
Yeah, I would say just
Unfortunate.
save it.
But yeah. I'll let you save it. You don't have to spend it. So you
Okay,
can
well,
still
sweet.
keep the
Thank
bardic
you.
inspiration. Okay, yeah, but you slam into this thing, and it is maybe because it's like so much less mass now. It is harder to see as it's moving in the dark, and just this eye and the flashing over you, and your companions are all here, and it's raining so much, it's so miserable, and the ice is starting to creep up your boots and like climb up your armor, and it's so cold and just hard to swing. And that brings us back up to the top for Lou.
Okay, she's going to go back in at where she sees the most mass on this thing with her sonic blade.
You.
Ooh, okay. I don't think that's gonna hit. That's 10 plus 6. Yeah, that's only a 16.
Nope.
Then I will go for an offhand. No. She whiffs both times.
Yeah, and the cold,
Dang.
it's starting to creep up into your fingers too. It's when it's just so cold outside, trying to do anything is just, it starts to be painful. And Lou, you almost had your soul ripped out of your body, which I imagine was probably pretty upsetting and contributed to to losing. God,
And my
that
eyes
was-
aren't good
yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's horrible. You've been nagged. You've been you've almost had your soul stolen. Like, damn.
Ugh.
This is
What
a
more
rough
do you
day.
want from me? This is a toxic relationship.
Yeah, what is going on? This toxic woodland creature relationship is not working. I hate Wicker. Move out.
We're getting rid of all the rattan in the house.
It has to go. So last decade.
Them or me.
Sorry,
Amazing.
that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Which brings us to the beast. So I'm gonna roll to see if we get our soul stealing back. Oh, we do.
Oh no.
Oh, we do. But I think I am not gonna do that. I'm gonna do my full attack here because we have a little Aoife. With what is your charisma score, Aoife?
18.
Oh, good. So as this thing catches your gaze in the mirror, you have a thought that is not your own. That's like, yes, you, yes. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw, DC 18.
Gladly. So, I did not roll it, but she's going to use her heroic destiny feature,
Ooh!
force of personality.
Cool.
And so as she feels this thought creep in that says, yes, you're the one, and she stomps and digs her hoof into the ground and she stares down this creature and she says, but you'll never fucking know it. And so for her feature, she gets to once per short or long rest, she can take an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check and just replace it with her charisma. Replace that roll with
Bam.
her charisma score.
It's like
and
you were
add any
made to
bonuses.
beat this
So
creature.
that's 22.
Hell yeah. So you're like, not today, Satan! And the mirror clouds over as it can't seem to find purchase on you. And the silver eye in its head like is bobbing back and forth as it cannot capture you in its gaze. And out of frustration, it's going to go ahead and make a slam attack against you. So this is an attack. Tony, if you have something you want to do.
Yes. It needs to. Well, I can make a reaction and just melee attack, I guess.
Oh,
It
cool.
doesn't
In
do
response to it
anything. I don't.
attacking? Nice.
Yeah, attacking someone else.
Cool. Yeah, so it's going to go ahead and try and bring down the fist, and as you do, you can absolutely go ahead and stab it.
Well, do you even roll for an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, you still
Or
roll
no,
that.
it's still I have to
Mhm.
roll. Okay.
But you do roll
Yeah,
with advantage
that's-
still because Fairy Fire is still up on this thing, which has been so clutch. Ugh, ridiculous.
The other one was better. So that's
Ridiculous.
21 to hit.
Oh, hell yeah, dude! That will hit!
Hell yes.
yes,
finally.
yes.
Oh. Should I? Well, never mind. Bardic Inspiration is for something else. That's plus 5 plus 2, 7 damage. Slashing
Okay.
damage.
All right.
Which is not very much anyway, but resistant motherfucker.
That is fine. So I'm sorry, it was 7 total?
Yeah.
Okay, so you strike at this thing, and you are so close to bringing it down, but it just like that one. You can see you like cleave an arm off of this thing, like it is starting to absolutely fall apart, and it is barely hanging on. But that wrath that Aoife rejected it seems to keep it going as it uses the other arm that's still intact as you shave off one to like bring down its full weight on Aoife. So Aoife still does have a +2, right, to AC, just because you're standing there, right? Nassim?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, nice.
So let's see. Yeah, I think it's just within 5 feet all allies have, or it's because you took your
Mhm,
fighter
mhm.
stance. Yeah. Or something
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
but it's because I'm always next to them.
You. All right. Let's see. A 16 to hit.
So that would hit, but Aoife is going to use her reaction to cast Silvery Barbs, and as using this momentum that Tony has given of taking this pot shot, she takes this extra moment to duck and dodge out of the way. So it has to roll a d20 and take a lower result, and she's going to choose herself. The next time she makes an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, she's going to get advantage.
Okay. Let's see.
Dave's just using that fucking character sheet.
So I rolled higher on the second one.
Okay.
So
That's fine. So it'll hit.
question also, is that a concentration spell? Because then
No,
Oh, God, that spell is so OP.
because it's instantaneous.
Okay. Yeah. What does Silvery Barbs look like? Because we haven't seen it come up before.
Oh, we haven't. I've been so excited for it to come up. So I think so the fairy fire that is already like dazzling around this creature, it begins to just intensify and crackle with this electricity. It sort of just like, you know, shimmers and zaps it for a moment.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So this thing, it does still hit, right? So I gotta, because
Yeah.
it basically
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gets
still hit.
disadvantage. Okay. All right. So yeah. So this thing, yeah, you crackle and like shimmer with light, and it's like for a moment it looks like it's not going to hit you, but then you feel the full impact of its weight being brought down on you as it lands with that slam attack. So here we go. Ooh, that's max damage. 12 plus 4 is 16 bludgeoning. Plus 6 frost damage. How you doing, Bard? It's 22 damage. That's a lot of damage.
Thankfully, we had 4 temp HP from Lou's delicious breakfast.
Oh no, what are you down to?
5.
Oh god.
I would have been at 1, but
Oh,
it's
God.
fine. Everything is fine.
Always eat your Wheaties, kids.
Wow. Amazing. So then so with that is the beast's turn, and you can see it is absolutely hurting at this point. So oh, actually though, as you take that damage, roll for your concentration on fairy fire.
Yes, thank you.
22 damage.
And since this
So you actually, can you even make that, sir?
Yeah, because it gets halved
halved,
to 11.
Yeah. Okay.
And since because of her silvery barbs, she'll get advantage.
Oh, it's because it's automatically your next one.
Your next one that
Okay.
you make. And that is... Ooh, yeah, she doesn't quite get it, so the fairy fire does drop.
Okay. So you're in your silver sparks and you getting clubbed almost to death. You are you lose concentration on that spell. So the thing is no longer covered by that flickering purple light. So as we come to Rook, we're just rolling straight.
Rolling straight. Huta. That's a 17 plus 9, so 26. So she will manage to get another shot off.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, hell yeah, for 20 damage.
Okay. Does anyone want to take the wheel and describe how Rook obliterates this thing? What do you see?
Sure.
How cool is it? Yeah.
So I think that this time, seeing that it's like almost falling apart, she aims straight for that mirror, and this time, instead of kind of like rubbering into it, it actually makes purchase, and then there's a second we all hold our breath and it shatters, and the rest of the twigs and everything just fall to the ground in a big heap and turn to dust and drift away.
Yeah. As this thing, it explodes into these like fine particles of dust that you see are like actually these tiny little ice crystals, right? As it lands onto the ground, and as it scatters across this place, the rain very quickly hitting the ice, it just melts away. And as this is happening, though, something else very strange occurs. As the thing shatters, you're looking at all the pieces, kind of like trying not to get shards in your eyes as it explodes. You see, as your attention comes back, this small silver ball of light kind of rises up from where it fell and floats in the air for a moment, and then shoots off, like flying at a high speed through the sky. And it seems to be going back in the direction that you just came from, back to Storyville. And Rook is like, "Oh, fuck yeah, now that's how it's done! Bounty hunter! Yeah! And she's like in the, doing her little victory, and she's like, "Suck it!" And she looks at you, Aoife, "Suck it!" And looks at you, Lou, and then looks at you, Tony, "Double suck it." And she blows on her crossbow and like puts it away.
Tony's face is scrunched. She's like so mad that she failed to get more than like 2 blows on the thing. Like, yeah, all right.
Ava looks so mad, and she's just like, "You wouldn't have even been able to hit the feckin' thing if I hadn't sent up the magic for it."
I mean, who knows? I probably could have. Glowing. Like, when did that ever help? You know what I mean?
Aoife's pissed off, and she sets her rapier up with the light again.
She scrunches her shoulders. Yeah.
Lou just kind of stands there with her hand like on her chest where she started to feel her soul being ripped, and she just like looks from all of her companions, and she just like totally ignoring everything Rook has just said. Is just like, is everyone okay? Aoife? And she like wipes a little blood from your nose.
Yeah, you have 5 HP. Oh my god.
Yeah, Aoife kind of just like looking vacantly touches underneath her nose, and then she like daps it, and then she looks at it. She's like, "Oh, thick."
Yeah. And like the rain causes the blood to like stream down your arm. You're like, "Oh, Jesus."
She takes a moment and she lays hand on herself, and she says, "Well, I hope the thing that came out, I think that might have been the piece of Hayden that it took."
It had the quality of a soul, I would say.
Yeah, I just hope that the soul was its thing's eyeball, and that we don't need to be looking on the floor for a physical eyeball. I really don't know. Magic is fucking weird.
Yeah,
But,
It
Faye.
doesn't.
Rook like shrugs. You can take a quick scan around. There does not appear to be anything left of this creature, let alone an eyeball rolling
Okay.
around on the ground. And you do
Okay.
see where the frost had crept in the wake of this creature is now just dissolved by the perpetual rain, which hasn't let up, by the way. Hasn't stopped at all, so maybe they weren't connected, but it does seem weird.
Well, I am going to be switching from tea to something much stronger when we get back, but we should check on Hayden first.
Yep, I think it's about right. You should all probably buy me drinks, so I will gladly accept. Rook says. Gives a little salute.
Lou just laughs but rolls her eyes. She's like, okay, fine. I will buy you. And she looks at her pouch and she sees the 6 silver that's left. Whatever this gets you, so I can get rid of my change.
Because I hate change. I hate this. And Rook's like, haha, and then walks off and immediately like stumbles over a vine or something because she can't fucking see at all because her vision is terrible as a human. And you hear a small fuck like come from the distance.
Oh, what's that about glowing lights never doing anything? Aoife like is leaning out with her hand to her ear, like, "Oh, who's the one with the
Yeah.
useful spells?"
She turns around and points and she's like, "Oh, I'm just so tired from kicking ass. Sorry."
Aoife strides forward to illuminate the way back towards Storyville.
Tony, maybe you should carry her back.
Ugh.
Oh, please. She's got legs. She can use them.
Oh, God.
I healed 15 HP back up to 20, which is basically full, so
So deal with it. Okay. Neat. All right. So yeah, so Rook begins obviously a little unsteadily, making her way back towards Storyville, and everybody else following along. Actually, Lou, you would probably end up taking the lead because with this terrible weather, you are far more equipped to see than anyone else.
She says nothing about it to save Rook from it, but she just like naturally kind of hustles forth and in front of the group.
Rook also doesn't say anything, but absolutely lets you take the lead and kind of fades a little bit.
A silent exchange.
And clearly, whatever glee you were all feeling or the relief of like killing this thing and walking away with your lives is quickly splattered out once again by the miserable goddamn weather that just every part of you is soaked, covered in mud because a lot of you fell down or like had it splashed up on you from this creature's massive whatever the hell it was doing. And just conditions are not good as you pick your way back towards town, and that same changeling you assume because you see the one orange eye, the one green eye greets you again, and there's a little like sound that comes from them, and then the drawbridge lowers, letting you back into the town, and there's no other communication.
He's just like the Watchtower hermit.
Yeah. Well, again, because you
You're
didn't.
welcome.
Yeah, you didn't see them before. They
Yeah.
like were hiding maybe in the gatehouse. They did not come out to greet you, and you never saw their full body. So
Someone's got to send that boy a pie.
yeah, you yell, "You're welcome, Tony," and there's like just the slam of the the eye hole thing closes in response. Nice town. Anyway, you all want to head back. Where are you going? Are you going to see Hayden first, or are you going back to the Pendragon Inn?
Yeah.
First.
Okay.
Check our work.
Yeah. Yeah. So you start walking through the streets, and as you do, you hear something odd. Something you didn't hear last time you were here in Storyville. Voices. Like as you turn the corner, you hear a bunch of these voices, and there are people like crowded around outside of Hayden's house, Hayden and Barry's house, and there are lights glowing from the inside, and people seem to be like talking and kind of hugging and like walking in and out. Some of them are like holding big platters of food as their casseroles like for sick people recovering people like trying to shove their way into this like little hovel that is this home. And so you turn the corner and somebody points at you and they're, that's them, and everybody's like, oh, that's and people start rushing forward. And again, they're all changelings, so you got a little taste of this when you first walked into the Pendragon, but they're all these strange humanoid meets like odd fairy creature types. So you are being embraced by this crowd of people that have strange, bestial features or plant features, like these hybrid people, but which is a little frightening, but they're just so overjoyed. And they all seem to know that you had something to do with this. People are clapping you on the back and like saying thank you, and like some muffins are shoved in your face, and all the while like it's raining in the middle of the street, so like soggy muffins. But this whole community seems to be here and just thrilled by whatever it is you've done.
Yeah, Aoife is just striding forth, basking in the adoration, like giving a wave.
Yeah.
Clearly with this attitude of like, I was meant for this.
It was me. I'm the celebrity. Yes.
Tony
amazing.
is helping anyone who comes towards me. She just kind of like is like, oh yes, and my friend here who did all the work. Just,
Yeah.
like, try to pawn them off to the next person. She doesn't want to deal with this attention right
Yeah.
now. She's just like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, and people keep walking up to you and like, thank you. Yeah, and you can like, nope, redirect them. And Aoife is making a big show of it, I'm assuming. So people are more than happy to assume in that natural way that Aoife is the leader, obviously. So as you keep showing people off, and Rook has straight up disappeared. The minute people started like touching her or like looking at her, she's gone. You don't know where she went, but she
There's like, fuck,
not
I
there.
wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Well,
you're
at least
like,
it made her shut up and
Yeah.
stop floating.
she's gone. Yeah.
How
rain-
can we not see her when her head is just so big?
It's so big. Where did she go? Yeah, I mean, she must have ducked into like a side alley or something. I mean, Lou, from your rogue perspective, there's a million ways she could have just like, nope, hi, gotten out of there. So yeah, so you can spend time with this crowd, or do you want to push through them, or is Aoife holding it down? The rest of you go.
Lou is only really concerned with trying to catch a glimpse of Hayden just for that confirmation. So I think if she can like, dexterously like shimmy her way through and get that peek, then she's like, I'm just gonna let Barry have what moment he can with his kid and get back to the Pendragon Inn.
Yeah. So yeah, you can sidestep through the crowd, as Aoife's drawing most of the attention, and get a peek, into the little building there. And there are a bunch of people crammed around, but you can see that in the middle of it all, like on a chair in the front living room, is Hayden, and he's awake now, and he looks, tired. like somebody who's just woken up from a coma would be. But he's propped up in the chair and just has this like beaming smile, you know, as all these people are kind of fussing over him. Yeah, and you can see also too as he is sitting up there, when you saw him before, he looked just an awful lot like a human teenager. There was really nothing like to indicate what was changeling-esque about him. But as you're looking at him and he's just like smiling and so happy, you can see these like this prismatic light that is like shooting out of his back, forming these like almost iridescent butterfly wings that are just, you know, flittering behind him.
It's not his fault. His charisma save must have been like 500. He's beautiful.
Clearly just based on the number of people here, this kid was adored. So it makes a certain kind of sense that maybe why.
How old was he again? Aoife, do you want another boyfriend?
He's like, throw them on the train.
Yeah, he's somewhere 15, 16, maybe around the same age.
Yeah.
Get in there, girl. No.
Pick them up, collect them.
Gotta catch them all, you know?
I gotta have a boy in between, in every dwelling, every demesne. Let's go. Wherever I go.
Gotta be your boy in a city.
But yeah, seeing that, she just smiles and she's just gonna skedaddle out of there. She's uninterested in all this attention.
Yeah, for sure. Tony, what are you doing?
Oh, I want to go into the Pendragon Inn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And go to our room that we rented that was once Penny's.
Yeah.
And start looking around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you can easily push out, and as Tony and Lou, you walk into the Pendragon, Rook is already there, like kind of hunched on a stool, just looking so uncomfortable. That perpetual state of uncomfortable that she is in. And Aoife, are you making your escape eventually, or are you gonna spend more time with these people?
She's planning on spending more time with these people, and while she has has them just enthralled at the moment with their feat that they've just accomplished, she's going to try and spin this into being like, hey, yeah, we came here and wanted to protect this town because we've heard of Penny Dreadful. We
cool.
just saved you, so can you tell me everything you know about her?
Yeah, and people are like, oh, Penny sent you? And they twist what you say into that.
She doesn't even fight it.
Boy, do they have a lot of stories to tell you. And it becomes very clear as people are talking to you, and eventually the party kind of crams. You get like under the thatch roof like overhang of a house, and people are like, oh no, you should stand where it's dry, and they're all like in the rain like talking to you, just like stoked.
Yeah, I think she'll eventually try and lead them into the Pendragon Inn.
I think it'll take a while, but yes, as you are starting to hear the story. So as you are drifting in, Tony, Lou, and Rook, as you get in there and land, you see the inn is completely empty. Clearly everyone in town is probably hanging out outside and like celebrating in the street with Aoife at this moment. And so you step inside to a very quiet inn, and so it makes quite an impression when you hear the creak of heavy footsteps coming down the wooden stairs, and you see Oslo standing there. Comes to the bottom step and crosses his arms across his broad shoulders and says, "You actually did it."
Well, we have to help where we can. That's what life is about, helping each other and improving it how we can. So we're still alive, which is the benefit of success here.
And he's nodding. Are you all? Well, I appreciate that. There's not a lot of folks in this world or any other that'd be willing to help a bunch of changelings like us. You hear like a little hitch in his throat as he's trying to remain unemotional, and he says, "Well, as promised," and kind of pats around on, the little like half apron he wears, and pulls out something very, very small in his taloned hands. You see, it's a small decorative key. And he puts it in his hand and offers it out to you. And he says... Hang on 1 second, let me double check. He says, a key from a changeling, freely given. And he extends it to you. And as he says it, it is clearly something he has like rehearsed saying, or you feel a sense of power about what it is as he offers you his key.
Lou will take it, and she like notes the way he's saying it, and she's like, I don't really know the full extent of what this means, but thank you.
He nods solemnly. Hope you find what you're looking for. I would start in that room you rented.
Okay. It's all very mysterious. Tony, Rook?
I'll take. Did you put the key away? I want to like snatch it out of your hand and like look at it all closely. Be like, what the fuck is the big deal about this thing?
Lou's like, you could have just asked. It's fine, but sure, take it.
Rook's looking over your shoulder. Yeah, it's pretty, it's like a pretty delicate key, like something honestly you might see on like a jewelry box or one of those cute little like teen girl diaries, with a lock on it, like that level of like small and fancy.
Interesting. Well, I will start to march straight towards that bedroom door.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, to get up to the room, so you have to walk up the stairs that clearly Oslo just came down from. And yeah, you look at this hallway. As Oslo said, there are not a lot of rooms in this place, maybe 6 doors up at the top that you see here. And very quickly you can find the room that was marked Room 3, 16 Briar Rose Lane, Room 3. And there it is, that door in front of you. You can see the dust has been cleaned. The knob is neatly polished. You do know that Oslo did take some time to clean the room. It hasn't been rented out in a very long time before you get there.
He also took the time to polish his knob.
There you go. Well,
Goodness.
we all gotta do what we all gotta do.
After you, if you want to grab that knob, Tony.
Grab that knob. Just hang on a
Don't
minute.
mind if I do.
Would be a privilege and an honor.
Yeah. So you open the door and you see a very modest in room in front of you. You see it's like a full-size bed. It's an actual mattress, which is pretty nice. But the rest of it's very simple sheets and a wash basin, a mirror, a chest in which to put your stuff. It seems pretty run-of-the-mill. Everything's wood and simple.
Gonna start like closely inspecting. How about a... Oh shit. Wow, I'm really bad at this. Anyway, she's gonna try to investigate the room. The
Do you
trunk,
want to
like,
assist me? I'm really good at that. If you want to
Okay.
roll for it.
Yeah.
okay.
So if you assist, Lou can make the roll, and then you can give Lou advantage if the two of you are kind of tag teaming, looking at the room.
We high five and spread out.
Tag team.
Luckily, it's a very small room, so
21.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so between the two of you, you start, knocking on walls, looking under furniture. There's like a very, basic rug in the room. You lift that bad boy up behind the chest. And eventually, as you are scanning the room and Lou's like, Tony, look here. Tony, you can find, as you're knocking around on the floor at Lou's instruction, you encounter a hollow feeling right under the bed. Something about that floorboard. As you tap on it, it feels like there's a space underneath.
Ooh. She takes out her sword and applies some leverage to the
Yeah.
floorboard to undo it.
Yeah. So you're like, and clearly this thing is going to wedge up to your command. And Rook is kind of standing in the corner watching all of this. And Aoife, so I think now at this point you've gotten everyone finally into the into the inn, and so now Oslo is running around getting orders and stuff because all of a sudden people are happy again. They want to be drinking and they want to be celebrating, so he's like all over the place. You cannot flag down his attention. Well, people start buying you drinks, like wherever you end up, like platters of drinks start appearing. So I guess you're probably laden with a platter of drinks you did not order in all kinds of various, like everyone's like, you need to try this, or like this is my favorite, or this is the most expensive thing on the menu. So you have like 10 drinks, I think, by the point you're finally able to kind of excise yourself from the situation and like creep upstairs. So the general impressions that you got about Penny were she's much beloved, people miss her, and there's the general sense that Storyville literally could not exist without some kind of power or protection that she left behind in this town. And you can't get like an exact what that is, like with everyone talking over and but like something she did is why this town is still here, this town of changelings that like everyone would, a lot of folks would kill in an instant. She did something to ensure their safety. So she is much beloved, and you hear lots of good things. And people seem eager for her return, even generations later.
And then she would, I mean, the other thing she would ask is, has anyone heard of any stories of her recently, or know where her first place she might have gone when she had went to the mortal realm, or why she went?
You probably wouldn't get like a solid answer on that, but you know that she was always coming and going. She would go to places all over, not only the wilds, but to the mortal realm, worlds beyond that. She loved to travel, and she would always come back with gifts, with knowledge, with news, with stories. And she used to come back at least twice a year, right? Into town, and probably more frequently than that. And she would share all she had, and it was very exciting. And then, yeah, it stopped. And people seem to have a hard time pinning exactly when, because time doesn't really mean anything, but
Right.
You get the sense it's been a long time, and a long time to fey creatures is a very long time. But yeah, other than that, like, it wasn't uncommon for her to come and go, and there were so many places they really can't give you a specific one.
Very cool. And I think she would take this moment knowing that we have a very handy dandy and special mail system and abuse that for good. She'll say, well, we'll probably be leaving tomorrow morning. So if there are any letters that you want delivered to your family, I'm staying in room 4, and just slide them under the door with their address, and I'll do what I can to deliver them.
You are gonna get so many letters. People cheer, send up a rousing cheer, and you get a second plate of drinks delivered. So you have two full waitress platters, like laden with drinks. I think when you finally are able to make your way up the stairs. So Tony, as you're like prying up that board, I don't know. You can't even open the door, Aoife. What do you just like?
I know. So she called one person over, like one person who has like little caterpillar antennae and like little mandibles and stuff. And she'll be like, okay, you take this one, and we'll, run up there holding one, open the door, and then, have it put down.
Yeah, they're falling right behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. And she immediately hands one to Rook and says, Well, here you go, Your Highness. She'll take the other one.
Rook looks down and is like, wow, cool. And picks, does an eeny meeny and like shoots whatever. She's like, oh God, okay. And then does another one. Oh, sorry. Did you guys want something? As you're like on your hands and knees, Tony and Lou under the bed, like prying at boards.
There will always be more. Help yourself.
Cool. Yeah, okay, thanks. And Rook will take the other tray from this caterpillar person and close the door on them. They're doing something under there.
Aoife delicately sips as she like bends down to look at what it is they're doing.
Yeah. So Tony, you amidst all the excitement, you get that final pop as the board comes up, and you see that laid into the floor is like the face of a metallic safe set into the ground. So it's like a big square sheet of metal that just has a single keyhole in the center of it. So this thing seems to be laid into the foundations of the floor. Oh, yes.
She very deliberately and slowly pulls out the fancy little key that we got from Oslo and gingerly enters it into the keyhole.
Yeah. This tiny little key absolutely fits in this tiny little lock. And as you insert it, it's just a hair's breadth as you turn it, and you hear the seal of this airtight thing, I guess, opens up, pops, and there's the little door that's open there. So you can absolutely open it up if you would like.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So again, you're very bulky, so you're like as you're like under the bed, and you see a very modest safe, about the size of a mini fridge. Not a lot going on in here. And there are two items. The first is, it appears to be an envelope. It's got a wax seal on it that has that same kind of rose gold color as the key and as the safe. And that is sitting on top of a parcel about the size of, I don't know, it's like a rectangular something wrapped in paper and has like a pink ribbon on it. And that appears to be all that is in the safe.
Well, I'm going to take it out of the safe and try and see if I can feel what that parcel is. Is it feel like it has a cover, like
Yeah,
a book?
It does.
With pages?
It absolutely, as you lift it up, it feels like a book. Yeah, and the the letter as you lift it up kind of falls off of it.
Lou grabs the letter, hearing Frida in the back of her head every time she's
Always
had a
read the
birthday.
card first!
Card first!
Card first! Yes.
Card first or no present.
Yep.
And
Oh my gosh.
she will break the seal open and pull out whatever's inside.
Wonderful. Well, Katie, here's the letter for this episode. I'm sorry, I know you don't like reading aloud, but you are, your mother's voice is in your ears.
Damn it, Frida.
God damn. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm popping it in the Slack.
Okay. All right. It says, Dear reader, if this letter and the means to open my safe have come into your possession, you must certainly be most desperate to find me. Whether you be friend or foe, fear not. I can routinely be found at the Pendragon Inn in the town of Storyville. I recommend waiting for a short while, and I am more than likely to return any day or night. I suspect that you will find the people of Storyville to be the most charming, and drinking the Pendragon's raspberry mead is an exquisite way to while the time away. If I have been uncharacteristically absent, then perhaps I'm experiencing something that has prevented me from exiting my own dwelling. In case of such an event, I invite you, dear reader, without expectation of reciprocity, to enter my home by reading the accompanying story. I traveled to distant lands to acquire this book, and it is one of my absolute favorite mortal fairy tales. I do hope you enjoy it. Fondest wishes, Penny. P.S. If you are a foe who seeks me, you should give up now. I assure you, many creatures more capable than you have tried, and yet I continue to persist.
Amazing.
is the letter.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
A bit pedantic, but polite for the most part.
I guess we better be friendly then.
That was the plan.
Wow. Tony's like, now can I open it?
You may open it.
She tears it apart like it's
Yeah.
a Christmas
Yeah,
gift.
Christmas! As you do, and Rook is sipping something in the back. So as you pull away the wrapping paper, you can see it is absolutely a book. And it's a blue, like a sky blue book. And you see there is an illustrated image of a rabbit holding a pocket watch on the front cover. And the title of the book is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And you can see at the bottom, written by Lewis Carroll in italics.
Wow.
That's a cute rabbit.
It's not a book that any of you would ever have heard before
No,
in your fantasy world.
Well,
Yeah, it's cute.
is this
Cute rabbit.
since we are going to be friendly, is this something that we want to crack open tonight? Or should we wait till morning? I know we're on a schedule.
Rook says from the corner, I mean, if that's letting us into a dwelling, we really have no idea what time it's going to be there, or even if time is there. It's, again, Archfey and their whole thing, so Rook's like, it could honestly not matter if we wait, or matter a lot. So
Well, I am going to do something that I don't feel comfortable doing, but I think we should just go for it. She kind of like cringes out the words.
interesting, Rook says, and drinks another, like, a beer that was on the platter.
Wait, what are we going for exactly?
We're gonna open the book and we're gonna go find Penny in the book. What a weird fucking sentence.
Well, what did she say? And Rook kind of forces herself over, and she's like, "Wait, I invite you, dear reader, to read the story." So I don't know. Do we just like read it out loud?
Well,
All right. I guess if we're all ready to go, don't we want to take like a short rest or something? Like,
I think that would be best. I mean, that fight took quite a bit out of me, and while I certainly don't hope to fight Penny, were it to come to that, I'd like to be at least a little more prepared.
I mean, if you guys insist, I'm fine with taking a rest and preparing. Whatever you're most comfortable with.
I mean, I'm good. You know, I could fight all day. Rook kind of slurs a bit. She like knocks back another of these drinks.
Eva, Lou's like, you know what? I will take one of those. Actually, concerned about the
She can't take one. Rook seems to have no sense of portion control. She's only been human for less than a year, so.
Aoife will sniff out the raspberry mead on the tray and
Oh,
she'll
yeah.
sip at that.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Penny's recommendation. There seem to be a few on there. Like maybe this is like the house special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so we want to take a little snooze, and we see Lewis Carroll's book just sitting there in the corner. That strange name. Who could this possibly be? I've never even heard a puppet show of that. Weird.
Well, yeah, let's take that now. maybe wash up a little bit. I mean, I'm covered in de-thawed blood, so
And for sure. So do you all want to take a short rest, a long rest? I will say, don't feel too pressured. If you want to take a long rest, you certainly can, because time will not be normal
Moving
where you
forward.
are going. It's already not normal where you are, but like waiting for a long rest versus a short one will not be a penalty in this instance.
then
Then
let's go
let's
for the
take
whole
it.
whammy.
All right. Yep. Yeah, so you can spend the evening. You can get food. I mean, the best food that they have to offer is yours, as well as you can all drink for free, and people will come by and donate from their own homes, like pillows and blankets and whatever you need to be more comfortable, because they're so happy that you saved one of their own and beat this beast that was plaguing them. Apparently these people have lived in peace for quite a long time, and it was very odd that something like this would have happened. But you saved them from it. So I think you all have a very lovely night. You can hear as much about these changelings and their world as you want to. You don't really learn a lot more concrete information, but you can certainly endear yourselves to these people. You are heroes in their eyes.
I think after the fourth raspberry mead, when Rook is off, finally Lou breaks and she goes, "Tell me everything and I'll tell you everything. Let's just everyone sit down in a circle. We'll take turns," and is just talking her head off more than you've ever seen her talk.
Oh, Lou. They got to you with their sweet. They're just so nice. They're just so nice.
You know what it was? It was seeing them all standing around with casseroles. She
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck, they're
Like, these are
adorable."
my people. These are my people. You're like, yes. Amazing. Tony, what do you spend the night doing? Do you engage? Do you just go to sleep? You're like, what's your play?
This is self-care. This is me time, and Tony's me time is definitely taking a hot, searing
Yeah.
bath.
Yeah.
To like totally loosen up her muscles after being in that freezing fucking storm.
Yeah. And you
then
have that
we'll
whole
wind
other
down
room
with-
too, because like, so it's yours. It's yours, baby.
yeah. Yeah. She is bathing and drinking the night away by herself.
And it's nice too, because you've been
Wonderful.
around people a lot lately. So, I mean, even before this, like these 3 weeks, right, with everyone, it's like you were at a military camp. Like there is no by yourself. So this is, oh my God, what a night. And people are just willing to show up and give you anything you want. It's like when you get a nice hotel and you have room service and you're like, whatever, like it's all good. So you have a lovely evening to yourself. And yeah, the night passes and morning comes around. You all get that long rest. Well, morning, I say, the horrible weather has not let up. So it is still that perpetual gray and misery. So even though spirits are high, the environment has not changed to match. But you can have breakfast, get ready to go, as ready as you're going to be.
Can I use my newfound fame to coax my way into the kitchen so that I can give us our temporary hit points and an inspiration?
Absolutely. Oslo is super grateful. And also a lot of people now, there are just bushels of produce like waiting in the morning because these people have not been able to access their gardens or their orchards outside of the town. So now they can because you all defeated the beast. So you wake up to so much crap, and Oslo is like, please help me. Oh my God. Like we need to can this immediately or it will be like, what? He's like, I don't even know what they were thinking.
And of course she
He's
wakes
looking
up.
at it. Yeah.
She wakes up so early as she always
Yes.
does, and she only
Restaurant
needs the
life,
4
yeah.
hours. And her eyes just like sparkle, and she puts on her apron and she's like, stand back, and gets to fucking shopping like you've
yeah.
never seen.
He just admires you from afar, like in the corner, as you are just like a flurry of action. Um,
Everybody, like, there's enough sharshuka for everyone in town
Everyone.
by the end of it with
Oh,
all the
that's so
tomatoes
good.
we have to can.
yes. Yeah, as many, all the tomatoes. You're like, oh my God, why? Brilliant. So you all eat amazing. And of course, the minute you wake up, there's like 20 people like, hey, we're here for breakfast because, the heroes are staying here. So it's another full house in the morning. But yeah, you roll
Awesome.
around and
Everybody gets 7 temporary hit points.
woo!
And
Nice.
I will
works.
give inspiration to Aoife because now
Aw.
she's scared.
Oh, I have my point of inspiration still.
Well,
I just
then-
have to get-
She will give it to Tony then.
Ah, thank you.
Tony.
I
Not
love this campaign, just dripping in inspiration.
I mean, both of
Uh,
them, both Eva
Rook
and
doesn't need
Lou's
it
backgrounds.
because she's
Yeah.
Rook doesn't need it because she's inspired herself after yesterday. She's feeling herself
Really?
so much.
It's okay. She wakes up and she's 39 years old and she just feels a little bit less good about herself. So,
Oh, why?
because you
39?
age a year and a day. So,
I feel like 39 is gonna be so fun.
I think objectively, yes, but I think when you age like a year
Yeah.
every day, that's just a
True.
lot of like chemical
Yeah, when
maturity
you're
to deal with.
39, you're
Yeah.
like, I've worked for 9 years.
Yeah,
when I
and you're
turned
like-
30, now I'm doing good.
And she's at the age now where she's like, oh, wow, okay, I chose my career and like, am I okay with that? I think I am. But it's like those questions,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
coming up on a
evaluating life
decade,
questions.
right?
Yeah.
You're coming up on a decade. She's like midlife crisis. Oh, she's approaching her midlife crisis. So,
That'll be fun.
Oh God, menopause Rook.
Oh, you know what? Maybe she should lock herself in that room early.
How
Like the
dare you.
equivalent of a period hut.
How
But
dare you?
what's a menopause mud hut up there? She can have.
Oh my God. You can just have one in the chicken hut. We have the menopause room, the menopause suite.
Yeah, you need luxury.
Yeah, she has her own steam room, and like it's just amazing. Yeah, constant like an air conditioned vault. where
Yeah,
she
all
can
those
sit.
hot flashes.
Yeah. You try aging a year every day and see if you feel positive waking up in the morning. She does not. She's grumpy. Of course. Oh, Rook. Great. But yeah, you all eventually assemble. You've done everything you can, and there's that fucking book sitting there, like, on the bed, and you all are standing over there looking at it, I imagine. You ready to go?
Oh, yes.
Everyone
it's that
gather
time.
around for story time.
Who is reading the book?
So,
Aoife has the
read it.
best speaking voice. Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll read it.
So you all stand around as Tony begins to read. And you are reading a story about a little girl on a lovely summer afternoon, enjoying just a lazy day, figuring out what to do. And this white rabbit holding a pocket watch crosses her path. And of course she's intrigued by it, and she follows this rabbit and ends up falling down into a world so very different than the one she knows. And as you're reading this story and the words are passing over you, you too are drawn into a world so unlike any you've ever been. And that's where we're going to end the episode for this evening. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us for episode 22 of the Favor campaign. I hope you had as much fun as I did. It was very fun fighting your monster sage.
yeah, that was awesome.
Heck yeah! So yes, thank you again so much for joining us. We've got some newses to do before we do our sign off. So Starting off, a fun one. Katie and I are going to be at Gen Con this year, so 2022. We are going to be there. Katie, you just be straight chilling, right, for Gen Con?
Oh yeah, I'm
Nice.
on vacation, but I would
Nice.
love to see all Venturer faces.
Yeah. So if you all are going to be in Indianapolis for Gen Con this August, come and find us. Let us know you're going to be there. Hop into the Discord. Let us know if enough of you are there. We would love to arrange some kind of meetup or something. I am going as part of Kobold Press in my new role, so I'm going to be... You can always find me at the Kobold Press booth during the day. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing a bunch of panels, I think at least one a day, a live show at some point. So look me up. Look up Kobold Press, and you will likely see my name on things. So we would love to see you there. Please let us know ahead of time so we know to say hi and where to find you. That'll be super, super neat. And then also, I want to say I have had the privilege to be invited to DM at D&D in a Castle, which is happening this September. It is, if you have not heard of the event, it is very, very cool luxury vacation experience in Lumley Castle in northern England. A bunch of DMs are flown out there, and folks get to play in an actual 3-day-long campaign that the DMs are going to be running, on top of a bunch of fun other events. You get to sleep and stay in a castle. They have an escape room built in and a ton of other fun celebrity events, one-shot DM. It is incredible. I can't believe I was invited, and I have 4 seats left at my table for sale. So if you would like to join me for some D&D across the sea, you should absolutely go to dndinacastle.com and sign up. I'm going to be there for phase 4 of it, which is September 7th through 11th of this year, 2022. So go! If you got a lot of cash and you need a vacay and you want to get medieval and play with me as your personal DM, you should absolutely go and sign up. I would love to have a bunch of adventurers there. That'd be so fun. And then Sage, you had some news.
Yes, so in our Wednesdays between our favorite campaign, we have Urban Shadows, an Urban Shadows campaign that I run with a spectacular cast of 6 players, in which we play Urban Shadows, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse system, and it focuses all on about very much in the same vein of this campaign of exchanging favors for political intrigue and gain, and to so but instead of being in the Fey Wilds, we are set in the year 2050 in Los Angeles, California, so in the cyberpunk and dystopian future, and it is a very fun time. So tune in at 6:30 next Wednesday.
Yes. And of course, if you love the show, you love what we do, please make sure to subscribe, follow, on Twitch, or if you're watching on YouTube, please do it there. If you're listening, please subscribe on your podcatcher app and leave us a rating and review. It really, really makes a difference to getting the word out there and just getting our metrics up and getting more eyes on the show. And speaking of goddamn heroes, we always like to thank our Patreon donors. These are the folks who sign up at patreon.com/venturemaidens and donate monthly to make this show possible. This is our only source of income, so those of you who donate even $1 a month are absolute lifesavers. Thank you so much. We could not be here 6 years later without you and your support, so thank you. So we always like to take the time as part of the higher tiers. We personally thank all of our donors at the Arnie's cohorts level and our Ferris drinking mate tier level. So I want to say thank you so much, Cody Becker at Cody Rolls 4 on Twitter.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Curry.
Thank you, Muffin at the one on Jury Lane on Twitter.
Thank you so much, Nissa McKinnon.
Thank you, Richie113 from our Discord server.
Farrah's drinking mates. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Markali.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you, Fable.
And real one, Tony. Thank you.
Yes.
Tony.
You all absolute heroes. Thank you all so much. I think that's it. We did it. That's a business. We survived another episode.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank God.
We'll see you next time. So thank you so much, everybody. And until I've been your dungeon master, Celeste Conowitch. I did not forget my intro. Haha. Outro? God, it's so hot. It's 90 degrees.
Go lay down in your
So
refrigerator.
little
I will.
sleep today.
I will go to sleep immediately after this.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Katie, and I played Laveri Sath, your drow rogue.
I'm Nassim, and I played your half-orc fighter. You know, tried to be a fighter.
You did it.
Uh,
it.
Tony Silvertail.
You protect.
And
You do
I am
protect.
your glowing bard,
Oh.
Aoife Flannery.
Oh, yes. You all were fabulous. Thank you all so much for joining us. And until next time, everybody.
Venture
away!
away!
Venture